What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to Brute Strength Day 247. And what a great training! I started out with these drop to max vertical jump, whatever you want to call them. Didn't feel the absolute best, and I honestly didn't expect the greatest training because we had an event with university, and I ended up going out after. I think I talked about we were gonna have this event in the last video where we were playing football and some games and stuff like that. And we went out, and I didn't drink anything, but I just always have a hard time sleeping after being out and about. So I only slept like 6 hours, which for me is very, very low. Um, and I wasn't quite sure I would be able to do the 5x5 unbroken with 180. But after the first set, I knew that it was going to be a lot easier than I actually expected. Now you'll see my elbows, they're kind of flopping all over the place, which means I don't have a lot of tension in my lat, and the bar is rolling a little bit up my back whenever I begin to ascend because I'm not pushing enough down. So I'm losing the retraction and the tension retraction of the shoulder blades in the bottom, and or in the shift out of the hole, I lose the retraction of the shoulder blades and the um, yeah, just tension in the lats. But you can see how easy it moved in the fifth set. It was so easy. And honestly, I've never experienced anything like it before. I was so surprised with how easy it was. And eventually I would probably work a lot on fixing the elbow thing because I probably just need to straighten out my wrists more because they're really bent. But maybe it also comes down to how small hands I have. But when they're so bent, I don't really have much to push down on the bar, so I easily lose the tension. But some people say that it probably takes something away from my squat that I lose maybe like 10 kg, but I just can't see that be the case because that would mean I should be able to do like 5x5 or 210 now, and I'm just not 100% sure of that. And also looking at my um at my front squat, I don't know it. I just can't see it being the case. Um, but I will focus on it eventually because just for the aesthetics, and I don't think it's something that I've always had, um, which is weird. Anyways, after that, on to the beginning of Jefferson curls. So reintroduced into the working program, starting out extremely easy here. And it's really clear that I've been away from these for a long time, not because the form is bad or anything. It's a really simplistic movement, just rolling the back down and then hip flexion. So shooting the glutes back and then on the way up, just reverse the movement. But I can't reach with even with 80 kg all the way down touching the floor. With 50 kg, it's really hard, and I think it's always been like that with 50 kg. Um, and but the more weight I get on, you'll see here, I'm extremely close to the floor, maybe like 1 centimeter or 2 centimeters away. I can't quite get that way 80 kg yet. With 50 kg, I'm further away. With 60 kg, I come closer. 70 kg closer, 80 kg closer because the weight also changes the dynamics a little bit with how you're distributing your own body weight, which means that you are probably be able to go further down the more weight you have on because the weight will also assist in pulling you down, even though it's obviously, I'm sorry, even though it's obviously also yourself pulling yourself down or the bar down, I should rather say. Um, it does make it just a ton easier when you get up above 100 kg and things like that. But I suspect that I will quickly, by doing it once a week, be able to gain the ability to get down there with not more than 50 kg and straighten out my legs and have the bar touching the floor or have the plate touching the floor, because I've been able to in the past, and I've also been able to do deficit, and it's just about regaining that flexibility that I've lost a little bit, even though I've been doing good mornings, but they've not been stiff legged, and I always do some hamstring stretching before my workout, but it's not as intense as this. So after that, I did around 10-15 minutes of split work with 75 kg, so plus 5 kg from last week, and I also upped the time a little bit just to just to constantly keep the progression going. Because even though it's small improvements and it's not extremely difficult, it's just about constantly adding a little bit here and there and making sure there's some progression going from week to week or from workout to workout. Doesn't have to be huge progressions that are coming in your trainings every single week. As long as over the course of months or years, you'll see that it's a big, big change. Now to end the workout, I did 12 reps with 12 kg, then 10, then 8, 2 more reps in the second set compared to last week. Next week is going to be 2 sets of 12, I believe, while on the Tuesday are going to be with 12.5 kg instead of 12, instead of 10, and instead of 8. So that is going to be it for those days. One other thing I noticed here, you can see on my left arm, is that I don't quite have the um, external rotation I have on my right arm. When I get down and extend the arm, you'll see that the bicep faces closer towards the camera, which means that I'm losing a little bit of the external rotation. So that is one thing I have to focus on. But I was really, really content with how good I was at keeping the elbows in the exact, or the upper arm in the exact same position all the time, because that is something that I was lagging a little bit with, even though it's like very, very little last time. But now the upper arm is just like 100% locked in place. Anyways, guys, that is going to be all for Brute Strength Day 247, and I'll see you all for the next one.